Hello everyone. So I thought today I talk about saddle fit and how it affects your comfort as well as riding. So it's kind of like a little mini basic bike fitting video. So in general, I guess when it comes to saddle, there are typically two things that people worry about. There's the saddle height, and then there's the saddle fore and aft, or rather forward and backwards thing. So height, I suppose a lot of people know the kind of basics, which I'll just click and show you. If you go to some shops or some basic shops, or some simple advice that normal people give you is you use your heel. So let's take, you use your heel, set your pedals to around 90 degrees straight down, put your heel, and using your cycling shoes, okay, you kind of get your legs straight and put your heel on the pedal, and that's roughly the height of the saddle that you want. Although a more accurate representation is to clip in, and you notice you want a bit of bending in the knee, not too much, but you don't want your knee to be straight when it's fully down. You want your knee to be slightly bent so that in a full revolution you don't how do I say, you're balanced on the saddle, you know, you're not rocking side by side. So I think this is the most basic knowledge that a lot of cyclists will probably get to know within their first year or two of cycling. But the trickier one is the saddle fore and aft. Now, a lot of people think that, you know, when you move forward and back, it affects your reach. So if your reach is too far, you adjust the saddle. That's not really the best way. Actually, it's not really the best way, because the saddle also affects your stability, which is more important than reach. If you want to adjust reach, you need to get your saddle fore and aft correctly first. Then if there's still a problem, then you have to touch your saddle, your stem length or your handlebar reach. No, you can't just think like, oh, I'm reaching too far or too short, so I'm just going to simply adjust the saddle. No. Okay, so what do I mean by stability? Easiest way to think about it is, if you're sitting too far forward, your center of balance is off, and it puts more pressure on your hands and your arms. This can lead to shoulder and neck issues. On the other hand, if you sit too far back, you shift the balance to your butt. So in long distance riding, you end up with more pressure at the back, which can lead to saddle sore issues and similar pressure related issues. So you want a good balance. How do you know when you are balanced? Well, first thing to do is get your feet to the top and bottom, straight. Put your hands behind you and see if you can bend down, not too low, but at least low enough to reach the hoods, okay, in an aero position. Now, if your balance is good, then you have no problem balancing like this. And just get up and then go back down. But let's say your balance is too far forward, so I'm going to sit forward. Right at the nose of the saddle, this is too far forward. What happens is, whoa, I can't keep my balance. Let's try that again. Yeah, see? That's when your balance is off. So your balance is just right when it's when you can go down to aero position and hold yourself there. Now, if you can't do this, maybe because you don't have a trainer at home, or you can try leaning on a wall or asking a friend to help hold your bike for you, and that's a very quick and easy way to test your balance. So once you've got your balance set, then only you can think of whether you want to adjust your stem length or your handlebar reach, stem height and all that to get the best comfort. So that's the saddle thing. Another bonus thing I want to talk about is adjusting your aero bars. Okay, for aero bars, I'm just going to touch about the angle, because I think, let's move this out of the way. In terms of length, well, sometimes you don't have much of a choice depending on the event rules, or sometimes the model you choose doesn't really give you much of a choice, but ideally you want a nice comfortable length. That one you have to test by yourself. Each person is different, but the angle is slightly different. So a trick I have found out is, after installing your aero bars, you don't fully tighten it to the handlebars yet. You leave a little bit of room, something like this. See, when I try to move it, it doesn't really move that much, but I can still adjust it up and down. So what I'll do is, it is adjustable but not very. I'll just get into a comfortable position and settle on a steady state, a steady pace of maybe, I know, zone 2, zone 3, or whatever kind of a zone you intend to ride at. And do this for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Once you settle down to a comfortable pace, 5-10 minutes, done, slow down, slowly get off, and there you have it. Your aero bar will settle to your comfortable positioning, and from here you can just tighten the screws and be done with it. So yeah, these are just very simple fitting tips for comfort. So if you are doing something long distance like an Audex, you may want to focus more on comfort on the saddle. So make sure your balance is perfect on the saddle. Then if you feel like you want to get some more comfort by getting your weight off the saddle more, then consider looking into an aero bar, because it can get you in a very comfortable position that takes some weight off the saddle. Yeah, I guess that's just a quick and simple video I wanted to make today. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you, I don't know when, the next time. Bye!